this week is senior defensive end Chuck Harris is joining us this week. So they're available for questions.
Are you back on a routine now, as best you can be? This is certainly unusual, not just for this program, but just in general for any football program to have all this time to have to get ready for something and then leave so much earlier.
Yeah, it's been new. I don't want to say difficult. It's just been with recruiting and the signing day coming up on Wednesday, and really juggling the two schedules and our players going through finals and having to change practice times based on location and availabilities, things like that. I think our players have kind of been a little bit in flux now for really before even but probably around the Bowling Green game. So it's been unique. I'm really proud of the way they've handled it, but we've kind of started to hit a good stride of practices from Friday, get another one in tonight before we head to Mobile, and I think our guys are starting to really get zeroed in on kickoff.
What's it been like for you? Like you said, having to juggle bowl practices. You can't talk in particular about recruiting because of NCAAs, but to have to cram everything into these 2 weeks, what's it been like for you?
Yeah, it's been a lot of things happening. I'm really proud of our staff and everything the way our guys have handled it. Personally, the nice thing for us is, based with some of the other adjustments and rules, we were. Some of our visits had taken place and the commitments were there, and a lot of things of there. It's been more just keeping things, hopefully everything, plays out the way it should on Wednesday, and that part is. But it's been a lot of traveling, including a trip to Mobile and things. So it's a lot, as we kind of said, but at the same time, it beats the alternative.
Chuck, from the player's perspective, what's it been like kind of preparing, and now do you feel like you and the guys are kind of locked in on a game week?
I mean, preparing-wise with the schedule, the coaches gave us, it's been great, especially helping us out with finals, practicing only on basically the weekends to, loosen us up throughout the week, get us time to study, But honestly, all the guys are excited to go down to Mobile, I got family down in Mobile, so I'm really excited, And I mean, we ready to get after it.
Is that a special challenge for you? A bowl game can have its distractions as it is, but having family there as well?
It's a lot of motivation from especially my Alabama side of my family. Down south, they really do love football, differently than growing up. Me coming from Michigan, it was different. Even as a kid, it was so serious down south. But it's a lot of motivation there, especially a lot of my family being down there. And, for the whole team, we really just excited. It's our bowl game, so it's our first bowl game. We're going to take it on just like our first bowl game.
Having family down there, Chuck, might qualify you as the most expert person on this team of heading down there. So what have you found out about the city and the area and the bowl game and all that stuff? I assume these are some of the questions maybe you've asked to your family?
Yeah, I mean, Mobile, Alabama, when I think of Mobile, Alabama, I think of, country. That's like where my family stays, like real in the country area. And it's so heartwarming, and it's just so, it's so calm down there. It's just like a more, a Buffalo, but with dirt roads, and it's like, it's so nice down there, the food is good, I love to eat, and it's just, you have a good time every time you go down there.
Coach, what specific challenges does Troy give you?
Well, Coach Brown is well respected and known throughout the country as an offensive coach, and the explosiveness of their offense. Very multiple in what they give you, a lot of different looks. Use their personnel wisely in many different ways, and they give the appearance of a lot of different things with motion shifts again and things like that. It's very similar on defense. A lot of different looks. So it's good that you have some time to prepare, but yet the more you dive into 12 games, the more you see and the more you're trying to make sure. And, of course, they've had even longer to start, preparing and going back to different things. So I think the thing of playing a new opponent, read something recently, I think, between some of their Power 5 wins between Nebraska this season, LSU the year before. I think non-conference record-wise, they've done outstanding when they've stepped out of conference. So when you look at all those things, proximity from Troy to Mobile, it's going to be truly an away game for us. So all those things there. I think the other part, just holistically on their team, is team speed and athleticism again is what it's going to be. And we've stressed to the defense and things like that. When you watch some of these early bowl games, you're always concerned about, you haven't played for a while, and you got to balance your how you practice and the contact that you have, especially after a long season, and how well are you going to tackle, and making sure that you're doing things like that. And then when you put it in there against a pretty athletic team and things like that, we got to make sure we're fundamentally sharp.
Chuck, this is the first time in 5 years your program has been practicing in December, preparing for a bowl game. How do you see your team developing in this small window, and how valuable is it?
Well, it's very valuable, honestly, and to see the way that we're attacking it, still week by week, it's really, it makes me feel good as a senior, because especially seeing how the young guys are working, and it's not like we're sitting there practice trying to sit there and motivate everybody to come out there and go. It's the motivation's right in front of you. Our first bowl game, playing in the MAC championship. It's all in front of us, and it's just, for the young guys, it's fun. For the older guys, it's literally like, it's fun watching them, and it just helps us. It makes our job easier.
Lance, is there an opponent that you've played this year that compares in some way or another? I don't know if that's something that you've tried to tell the guys, like they do this like that, or they're as fast like them.
It's a combination of a few teams that we've watched and that we see some similarities, but they put some unique spins on it and what they've done, and and then they've kind of, I don't want to say reinvented themselves, but adapted after losing their starting quarterback about halfway through the season. So there's different things that you look into. They do a great job of exotic play, so to speak, whether it be double passes and reverses and all that. And anyone that likes watching bowl games, when you have extra time and you're doing things late in the season, you got more time to work on those. So again, fundamentally sound reads, not getting caught. As I said, a lot of things of dressing plays up, they really challenge your eye discipline and your fundamentals of making sure, because a lot of things can get you crossed up on what you need to be doing, and that's a credit to them.
They're particularly good on defense, one of the best teams in the country taking the ball away. Any particular theme or continuity to their ability to do that you've seen?
Well, I think a lot of it goes to the different looks that they give you. There's some unique looks that they give you up front and really in that front seven and just in its structure sometimes, where they can cause a lot of confusion. And I think with that confusion, you're able to get hits on people and get to the quarterback or hurry throws and do things like that. And then I really think in the back end, again, their total team speed in the secondary and athleticism has made them, to kind of accomplish some of those things.
Coach, how is your team's focus going into this week, coming off the loss in the championship?
Yeah, that's when you look at the length of season, 13 games, that was a disappointing loss. And at first, walking back into the room when we started to whether it be the bowl announcement or the first weekend, I still think there was it was an open wound yet, but the biggest thing, we talk about many times, you can't allow that one to affect the next one. And one thing that this group has been outstanding these last couple seasons is moving on to the next game with more motivation. Our early bowl preparation focused a lot about our younger players. I think that's a fairly common theme around the country, where you get these extra practices to work with your younger players. Guys like Chuck didn't partake in much of the team activities other than our individual technique work and that, and then we had a chance to work from there. So again, we tried to help their bodies and get ready to go. As we approached Friday's practice and as we gear now towards it be fully in the game week, I think this group is getting exciting. You put on the part of end of the semester. There's a lot of things mentally that this group is being challenged with, and we're all working through as a first time. You know, 3 of our last 4 games were on the road. The travel to practice, all those things we've tried to balance as well as we could, and modify things as we go into it. But I think they've handled it very, very well to this point, and I think where we really see is they'll be excited when we start heading to the airport tomorrow.
Let's talk a little bit about Anthony Johnson's health, his hamstring, how he's looking, and
I think Anthony's, he's practiced well, through this weekend. I think you could start to see some of our guys last Friday night when we were at the AdPro Center. You could see that the time off has helped some of our guys, the way they're moving around. Last 2 days we were outside here, UB Stadium. We'll be at the AdPro Center tonight. Or late this afternoon. I think Anthony and a lot of our guys have been moving well and practicing well. I know, really everything Anthony's gone through, and I could not be more proud of him as a person. And he is very excited for his first opportunity to play in Mobile.
Chuck, I was just going to ask, like the Lance talking about balance, having, like you said, to go into balancing finals and practices and the travel and whatnot. How have you handled that personally? I mean, make any changes to your schedule or anything?
Personally, the finals it's been real simple for me this semester. And the practice schedule didn't do nothing but make it better, honestly. With them taking the load off during the week, literally, it all worked. As we was off for practice, I was taking care of finals easily. Then the weekend come, because I'm not going out partying or nothing, so practicing was easy. It was just like, all right, it's like it all balanced, literally, it all balanced out. For the rest of the team, as I talked to all of my guys, they all say the same thing. Honestly, and they give us a whole lot of time during the week to literally, that time that we need to sit back and relax to, build back up that muscle strength and everything. We gonna still hit the weight room, but it literally gives us that time to not beat up on each other and get back right for every time we come back to practice. So it all balances out pretty well.
Chuck, you've talked to people, you've heard other people that have been to bowl games, that have been in this experience, you've seen the schedule. What's it going to be like when you get off that plane tomorrow? Well, how exciting is this going to be for this whole team, because it's the first time you guys have experienced it yourselves?
I honestly don't even know. I just know, all the guys they're ready, especially with the week ahead of us, having a competition, between us and Troy, it's stuff like that you look forward to when you come to college and, you play football. So honestly, I don't know how to express it. We just gonna have to see when we get down there.
How rewarding for you have these last couple weeks been, especially how last year ended where you're bowl eligible but not picked for a bowl, and now, like you guys said earlier, not a lot of teams practicing right now, but you guys have that privilege.
It's very rewarding. Especially, coming off of last year, like what you said, that hurt it. I remember, always talking. I still talk to Damone, and that hurt it. But at the end of the day, like this year, honestly, we came out shooting, and we're still shooting, and it's all it's all a journey. It's stuff like that happens for a reason. And I believe in that, and it's very rewarding though at the end of the day.
Anything else for Coach or Chuck?
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, sir.